Hello students, today we start the new lesson number 6, refraction of light. Four main points are given in this lesson. First one is refraction of light, then refractive index, then laws of refraction and dispersion of light. So we learn in detail about these 4 points. First of all, we revise some questions. Can you recall two questions given for us? First one is what is mean by reflection of light, and second, what are the laws of reflection? So we revise the answers of these two questions first. So first answer is reflection of light. In previous standard we learned this concept. When rays of light falls on any opaque surface, they turn back. It's called reflection of light. Second question given, that is laws of reflection of light. First 3 points are given, first, second and third. First point is what? The incident ray, reflected ray and normal, means that is a perpendicular, all lie in the same plane. Second point, the incident ray and the reflected ray are always opposite sides of the normal. And third point, the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. All these three points together called as laws of reflection of light. So these are the two revised questions given for us in the on the first page. Now first concept we learn here, refraction of light. Now try this some activity given for us. Now see the first activity. Take first activity here given. Take a transparent glass and fill it with water. Dip some portion of a pencil vertically in water and observe the thickness of the portion of the pencil in water. Third point, now keep the pencil inclined to water surface and observe its thickness. One more activity given here, second activity. Keep a 5 rupee coin in a metallic vessel. Second point, slowly go away from the vessel. Then stop at the place when the coin disappears. Then keep looking in the direction of the coin. And fifth point, ask a friend to slowly fill with water in the vessel. You will able to see the coin once the level of water reaches a certain height. Why does it happen? So answer of these two activities we learn separately on the papers. Now see the first one. The answer of the first activity. Why does the portion of the pencil inside the water appears to be thicker and broken near the surface of water? So answer of this question is, when we look at the portion of the pencil that is inside the water, light travel from water to air via glass, through glass. This light ray changes the medium and undergoes refraction. As a result, the pencil inside the water appears to be thicker and broken near the surface of water that we observe. Perform this simple experiment at home. The answer of the second activity is, why does the coin become visible once the level of water reaches a certain height? So answer, light rays coming from the coin emerge out of water and change their direction due to refraction of light again. Thus, the coin becomes visible once the level of water reaches a certain height. Perform this second activity also at home as per the method given in our textbook. Clear? Next one. So these are the activities answers given on that paper. Now see the next point. In both the activities above, observe effect are created due to change in the direction of light while coming out of water. Alagating. So mark the definition. Define refraction of light. First question. That highlight lines are given here. Light changes in the direction when going from one transparent medium to another transparent medium is called refraction of light. This is the first question. Define refraction of light. One more activity given for us about the glass slab. Now see that. Keep a glass slab on a blank paper and draw outline PQRS shown in the figure on next page. Then afterward, draw the inclined straight line on this side PQ so that it intersects PQ at N and pierce two pins vertically at 2 points A and B along that line. Look at the pins A and B from the opposite side of the glass slab and pierce or fix the two more pins C and D vertically so that image of A and B pins are in a line with pin C and D. Now remove the glass chip and the pins and draw a straight line going through points C and D so that it intersects SR at point M. Join point M and N and observe the incident ray AN and emergent ray MD. See here, that is given in the, this is a glass slab experiment, that is a refraction of light passing through a glass slab. This is the diagram given. This is the PQ side, this is the SR side, incident ray AB. This is the one perpendicular line called as a normal. Angle made between incident ray and normal is called as the angle of incidence. So the here air medium and here glass medium. What happened here? When PQ is incident at point N and passing from air medium to glass medium, so it is not passing in this dotted line in that direction, but it is a bend towards the normal, that is from point N to M. So that is called as a NM is called as a refracted ray, that is a bend towards the normal. When this ray is bent towards the normal, when light is passing from air medium is also called as a rarer medium compared to glass medium. Glass medium is a denser medium. Remember these words. So when light is passing from air to glass, that is a rarer medium to denser medium, light rays bend towards the normal. At point N, first time refraction occur, and second time when NM is act as a incident ray, then one more here a normal drawing at side SR of the glass slab at point M. So NM is a incident ray for second time of refraction takes place at point M. Then what happens? See that NM is extended in a forward direction, so dotted line is a different. So see the ray CD. So it is a move away from the normal. So angle made between second incident ray NM and normal is called as the second angle of incidence, and angle made between in this normal and second refracted ray CD, it is specially called as a emergent ray. So angle made between these two called as emergent ray. This is a little explanation about this experiment. This experiment given in our science journal also. So we perform this experiment later on. See the explanation. Side by side. The First refraction occur when light ray enters the glass from air at point N on side PQ. The second refraction occur when light rays enter air through glass at point M on the side SR, this SR side. For the first refraction, the angle of incidence is I, while for the second it is I1, that is showing in the diagram. Angle of refraction at point N is a small r. Note that here I1, that is the second incident angle made here, and angle of refraction, so these two angles are equal. The second refraction, the angle of refraction is E. E means nothing but the angle of emergence, which is equal to the angle I. So here angle I and angle of emergence is here. Both these angles are called as equal angles. On both parallel sides PQ and RS of the glass slab, the change in the direction of a light ray is equal but in opposite direction. Thus, the light ray MD emerging from the glass slab is parallel to the incident ray AN on the side PQ of the slab, but the emergent ray is somewhat displaced with respect to the incident ray. So we observe in the diagram that incident ray, this incident ray AB, is not passing in the glass slab in a straight line. Instead of that, it is bent towards the normal, and this bending is called as a refraction of light. That concept we learn in this lesson. Now two more questions given for us. Use your brain power. So we are learning these 2 points also. We revise the answers of these 2 questions. What is the first question? Check there. Will light travel through a glass slab with the same velocity as it travels in air? And second, will the velocity of light be same in all media, means mediums? See the answer of these 2 questions. So first one. So answer of the first, will light travel through a glass slab with the same velocity as it travel in air? So answer is no. The speed of light is different in a glass than in air. Second question, will the velocity of light be same in all media? Again answer is no, because velocity of light varies, means changes in different media or mediums. So answers are given like this. So that is not the same. Next one. Next question asks for us, that is the ask for the 2 marks. State laws of refraction. State laws of refraction. Let the study of light ray entering a glass slab from air as shown in the figure 6.2. This is figure 6.2. Here AN is the incident ray. Check there. Where is the AN? AN is the incident ray and NB is the refracted ray. Where is the NB? Check that. This is the NB. So observe this figure carefully. So we are writing the answer. State laws of refraction. So you write down the 2 points. What is the first point? Incident ray and refracted ray at the point of incidence. What is the point of incidence? That is N. Are on opposite side of the normal, and 3 means what? Incident ray, refracted ray and the normal are in the same plane. This is the first point that you write in the law. What is the second point you write? For a given pair of media, which pair is here? Your pair is air and glass medium. This is a pair is given. For a given pair of media, such as here glass and air, the ratio of sin I, that is sine angle of incidence, to sin R means sine angle of refraction is constant. So these 2 points you write in the answer, so you are getting 2 marks. So this ratio sine angle I and upon sine angle R, that ratio is a constant here, and that ratio indicated as a symbol like this, that is the symbol for refractive index. So next question asking for us, define refractive index. Now see what is given. The change in the direction of a light ray while entering different media is different. It is related to refractive index of the medium. The value of the refractive index is different for different media and also for light of different colors for the same medium. I mean, different colors having the different refractive index in the same medium. The refractive indices of some substances with respect to vacuum are given in the next table, that is on the next page. So you mark the definition. Define refractive index. Yeah, define absolute refractive index. So mark the answer. The refractive index of a medium with respect to vacuum is called absolute refractive index. Mark this definition, asking for 1 mark. Next one. Refractive index depends on velocity of light in the medium. Underline that. Now see in this box, green box, sin I upon sin R, that ratio is always constant for any given two media, and that is indicated as a symbol. This is actually Greek symbol representing for refractive index. So this symbol, that is not ana, that is a different symbol used from other languages, that is a refractive index of the second medium with respect to the first. This second law is also called as a Snell's law. Underline Snell's law. Next, a ray incident along the normal, that is I is equal to 0, means angle is not forming. So that angle of that incident ray is passing in the direction of normal. Then what happened? Goes forward in a straight line or in the same direction. So angle of refraction is also 0. So that we will learn in the next point. Check. One table is given. Some substances and their respective refractive indices are given. So air refractive index is considered as 1. That is a minimum refractive index of air, and maximum refractive index is of a diamond, that is 2.42. So you check the different substances and their respective refractive indices. Next, your question is asked, write the formula of refractive index of first medium with respect to second, or second medium with respect to the first. So how to write that formulas? Now see here. So what is given? Check here. Let the velocity of light in a medium 1 is indicated as a v1 and in a medium 2 indicated as a v2, shown in the figure. It is a v1 velocity of light in first medium, and here v2 velocity of light in second medium, shown in the figure also. The refractive index, therefore the refractive index of second medium with respect to the first indicated as refractive index of second medium with respect to first, that is indicated like this here. So is equal to, what is that ratio? So is equal, refractive index of second medium with respect to first is equal to the ratio of, what is the ratio given here? Velocity of light in medium 1 to that in medium, sorry, velocity of light in medium 1, see here, velocity of light in medium 1 upon velocity of light in medium 2. So that is a formula. One more formula. Similarly, second one, refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 2. So how that is indicated? Check there. Refractive index of medium 1. So refractive index of medium 1 with respect to 2. So what is the with respect to? 2. Second medium. The velocity of light in second medium take at numerator. So V2 divided by V1. That is the second formula. Next. If the first medium is a vacuum, then refractive index of the second medium is called absolute refractive index, and it is only indicated as a symbol, that is Greek symbol. When what is given? If the first medium is a vacuum means no air, no any material present there, so that index or refractive index of the second medium is called as absolute refractive index, and it is only indicated by using this symbol. Can you tell? Check that. If the refractive index of second medium with respect to first, that is indicated here, and a third medium with respect to second, that is also indicated here. Check that. Both are given. So what and how much is refractive index of second medium with respect, what is given? Check. Third medium with respect to the first medium. Now see the answer of this question. Check. So refractive index of third medium with respect to first denotes like this, indicated by using this symbol. Refractive index of third medium with respect to the first medium is given as, by using the formula. Check that. Okay, so with respect to one, so velocity of light in the first medium divided by velocity of light in third medium. Now multiplying and dividing right hand side of this above equation by V2. So V1 upon V2 divide here, so multiplied immediately, multiply by V2, and that V3 is remains as it is here. Now what do you mean by V1 upon V2? We learn that formula in above point. So V1 upon V2 means nothing but refractive index of second medium with respect to first, and V2 upon V3 means refractive index of third medium with respect to the second. So that value we substitute here. So V1 upon V2 means refractive index of second medium with respect to first, and V2 upon V3 means refractive index of third medium with respect to the second medium. So we are getting this formula here, that is the relation. Clear? Now see that. Come back. Now here next point, 3 marks question asked on the next topic. Observe the following figure and write the respective rule. So what is in first one? Check that. 3 figures and 3 rules are given here. Now first rule. Check in this first figure. First, this second, and here third. Rarer medium and denser medium. What happened? When incident ray is passing from rarer medium to denser, then what happened? So it is a bend towards the normal. Check the rule. This is the answer. When a light ray passes from a rarer medium to denser medium, it bend towards the normal. Observe the second. What happened in second? When incident ray is passing from denser medium to rarer medium. So answer, when a light ray passes from a denser medium to rarer medium, underline, it bends away from the normal. And observed in the third figure, When incident rays passing from perpendicular from rarer medium to denser medium, so what happened? So I think that light is passing in a straight line. No any deviation takes place. No changing the path of light from one medium to another. In this third case. Now see that. So answer is like this. When a light ray is incident normally means perpendicular at the boundary between the two media, it does not change its direction and hence does not get refracted. It is passing in a straight line, so no refraction takes place. So this is a 3-mark question asked on this topic. Observe the figure and write the respective rule. Next point. Now about the twinkling of stars. Two questions giving for us. Can you tell? Have you seen a mirage, which is illusion of the appearance of water on a hot road or in a desert? And second question, have you seen that object beyond and above a holy fire appears to be shaking? Why does this happen? So we revise these two answers on one paper. Check here. So first one, have you seen mirage, which is illusion of the appearance of water on a hot road or in a desert? So answer is yes. We have seen a mirage, which is an illusion of the appearance of water on a hot road or in a desert. See the second answer. Have you seen that object beyond and above a holy fire appears to be shaking? Why? Means we are right. Why means we are right the give reason. Yeah, why does this happen? We are right the answer in the form of give reason. So what is the answer of that first? Yes. We have seen that object beyond and above a holy fire appears to be shaking, means changing their position. So why does this happen? So this is a give reason question. So we write the answer in point wise. Check that. First point, at the time of holy, object beyond and above the holy fire appear to be shaking. The air just above the fire becomes hotter than the air further up. The hot air is lighter, underline that is the lighter means rarer than the cool air. Cool air is called as a denser above it. Hence, the refractive index of hot air is less than that of cool air. And last point, as the physical condition of air are not stationary, the apparent position of the object changes due to atmospheric refraction of light, and that's why we are observe the object shaking through the holy fire. All are getting? So mark the answer, you take the screenshot and write down the answer in proper way. Next one. So we learn here twinkling of star. Now local atmospheric conditions affect the refraction of light to some extent. In both the examples above, air near the hot road or desert surface and near the holy flame or fire is hot and hence rarer than air above it. The refractive index of air keeps increasing as we go to increasing height. In the first case above, in this first question, the direction of light rays coming from a distance keeps changing according to laws of refraction. Next one, you see in this diagram also, the light rays coming from a distant object, means object is very far from us, distant object appear to be coming from the image of the object inside the ground as shown in this figure. This is called as a mirage. So this is the answer. What is mean by mirage? You define mirage, so you mark this answer. In the second example, the direction of light rays coming from object beyond the holy fire changes due to changing refractive index above the fire, and thus object appear to be moving or shaking. Some explanation given in these two paragraphs also. Next point is effect of atmospheric condition on a refraction of light. So first example is given here, twinkling of stars. Why twinkling of stars at night? This is a give reason question also for 2 marks. Now see the explanation. Stars are self-luminous and can be seen at night in the absence of sunlight. First point. Second point is they appear to be point sources because of their being a very large distance from us. Third point, as the density of air increases with a lowering height above the surface of earth, the refractive index also increases. This is the third point. Fourth point, start from here. Starlight coming towards us travel from rarer medium to denser medium and constantly bend towards the normal. Next point, this makes the star appears to be higher in the sky as compared to its actual position, that is shown in the figure 6.6. Check here also. So this is the actual position, but bending the light takes place, and that's why we observe this is the apparent position of the star. Observe in both the diagrams. Next point you write in the answer. Start from here. The apparent position of the star keeps changing a bit, means little, because of the motion of atmospheric air and changing air density and temperature. Because of this, the refractive index of air keeps changing continuously. And last point, because of this change, the position and the brightness of the star keeps changing continuously, and that's why star appears to be twinkling. Yeah, star twinkling at night. So this is the answer, right, point wise when question is asked in the form of give reason. Next, 2 more give reason questions given for us. Next question, why do not see twinkling of planet? Question asked like this, planets do not twinkle. That is a 2 mark give reason question asked. So what is the answer given here? Check. Because planets are much closer to us compared to star. Therefore, they do not appear as a point source, but appear as a collection of point source. Because of changes in atmospheric refractive index, the position as well as brightness of individual point source change, but the average position and total average brightness remains unchanged, and that's why planets do not twinkle. Next one more question about the sunrise and sunset. By sunrise, we mean appearance of the sun above the horizon. But when the sun is somewhat below the horizon, its light rays are able to reach us along a curved path due to their refraction through the Earth's atmosphere as shown in the figure 6.7. You observe the figure 6.7. Thus, we see the sun even before it emerges above the horizon. That time duration is a 2 minutes. Before the 2 minutes, we observe the sun early in the morning at the time of sunrise. Same thing is happen at evening. After the 2 minutes, after the sunset, we observe the sun up to 2 minutes. Same thing happen at the time of sunset, and we keep seeing the sun for a short while. That time duration is a 2 minutes even after it goes below the horizon. So these are the give reason question asked here. Next point is a dispersion of light. Hold the plastic scale in your compass in front of your eyes and see through it while turning it slowly. You will see light rays divided into different colors. These colors appear in the following order. I think most of the students know this order: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. So in short, we are write like this: V I B G Y O R, Vigor. That is I think this color we observed in rainbow also. Same order. You know that light, underline, light is electromagnetic radiation. We know this property also. Which one? Wavelength. Wavelength is an important property of radiation, underline. The wavelength of radiation to which our eyes are sensitive in between, underline, what is the range? 400 to 700 nanometer. Only this light we observe with our naked eyes. That is the range. In this interval, radiation of different wavelength appears to have different colors mentioned above. These are the colors. Next line you underline. The red light has a maximum wavelength that is close to 700 nanometer, and violet light has the smallest wavelength that is close to 400 nanometer. Remember this, 1 nanometer means 10 raised to minus 9 meter. Check that. 1 nanometer means 10 raised to minus 9 meter. Next point. So in vacuum, the velocity of light rays of all frequencies is the same. Where? In vacuum only. But the velocity of light in a medium depends on frequency of light, and thus different colors travel with a different velocity. Which medium present on the earth? Mostly air medium. Then next transparent medium is a water medium, glass medium, and etc. That is given, that some transparent medium given in that table in the previous point. Therefore, refractive index of a medium is a different for different colors. All are getting? Thus, even when white light enter a single medium like a glass, the angle of refraction are different for different colors. So, when the white light coming from the sun through air enters any refracting medium, it emerges a spectrum. Spectrum means that is a band of 7 colors. So, mark the definition. Define dispersion of light. The process of separation of light into its component colors while passing through a medium is called dispersion of light. See, diagram is given, that is a prism. This triangle is called as a prism. Dispersion of light takes place through prism. It is a white sunlight considered as a white light. So first time refraction takes place on this side of the prism, so it is separated into colors, and second time refraction takes place on this side, and we are observe the 7 colored spectrum in that order. Vibgyor. Sir Isaac Newton was the first person to use a glass prism to obtain sun spectrum. When white light is incident or fall on the prism, different colors bend through different angle that we observed in this figure. Among the 7 colors, underline. Observe the figure and underline here. Red color bend the least, while violet color bend the most. Bend means deviate or changing the direction. Thus, as shown in the figure, this 6.8, the 7 color emerge along different paths and get separated, and we get a spectrum of 7 colors. So this concept, dispersion of light, first time studied by the scientist Sir Isaac Newton. Next one. Again, 2 questions given for us. Use your brain power. First one is, from incident white light, how will you obtain white emergent light by making of 2 prism? By using the first prism, what happened? White light is passing from one side, and on the other side we are getting the 7 colored spectrum. So in this question we are using the 2 spectrum, and how we are obtaining the white light again. And second question given here, you must have seen chandelier having a glass prism. The light from tungsten bulb get dispersed while passing through this prism, and we see the colored spectrum. If we use LED light instead of this tungsten bulb, will we be able to see the same effect? Now see the answers of these 2 questions on the paper. So answer of that first one. So by using the 2 prism, see in the figure what happened. To obtain white emergent light from 2 prism, the second prism should be placed parallel to the first prism but in a inverted position as shown in the figure. Check the figures. This is the first prism, upright position, and second prism we are putting parallel like this in inverted pattern. So this white light passing from this side, then dispersion occur by this first prism, and by second prism again dispersion effect is obtained like white light on this other side. Answer of the second question. If LED is not white, then LED will not produce dispersion of light. Assuming the LED bulb to be white, then LED bulb will produce dispersion of light, means we are observing the 7 different colors in the form of band, but the dispersion pattern is not as effective as the one with the incandescent bulb, that is the tungsten wire bulb. We observe, but that is not properly. So that is the answer of the second question. So come back to our next point or on the paper. So these are the answers of these two questions. That is a partial and total internal reflection. When we see what is the explanation given in this page. Sorry for the interruption. Now see that partial and total partial reflection. First point, question asks for 1 mark or 2 marks like that. Define partial reflection. Mark the answer from here up to the here. When light enter a rarer medium from a denser medium, it get partially reflected, that is, part of light get reflected and come back into the denser medium as per the law of reflection is called partial reflection. The rest of the light get refracted and goes into the rarer medium. As light is going from denser to rarer medium, a blue colored is a water medium, that is a denser medium. Second medium is a air, that is a rarer medium. So light is going from water to air, that is called as a denser to rarer medium. It bends away from the normal according to laws of refraction. See that law again. What happened? That 3 rules we learn. What happened when light rays passing from rarer to denser medium or denser to rarer medium on the previous pages. So here light is going from denser to rarer medium. It bend away from the normal, that is, the angle of incidence I is smaller than the angle of reflection R. Now check this, angle of incidence and here angle of refraction, and inside this water medium, this is called as angle of reflection here, but in another medium, in a water medium, angle of incidence form, so angle of refraction form in air medium. Remember this. But in the same medium is formed that on the opposite side of the normal, that is called as here angle of reflection. This is shown on the left side of the figure, this 6.9. If we increase the value of I, that is the angle of incidence, here small value, here slightly value of I increases, again increases. So what we observed in that third case, check. If we increase this angle of incidence in third case, so refracted ray is passing exactly in the 90 degree, check here. So angle of refraction here 90. If we increase the value of I, so value of R means angle of refraction will also increase according to Snell's law, as the refractive index is a constant. What happened after that? Again we increase the angle of incidence after this third case. So this angle of this refracted ray is not passing in another medium, but it is reflected in the same medium, and this is called as here total internal reflection. When we are getting the angle of refraction 90 degree, so what is the value of I here? That is called as critical angle. See in the explanation. For a particular value of I, so mark the next definition. Define critical angle. For a particular value of I, the value of R means angle of refraction becomes equal to 90 degree in this third case. This value of I means angle of incidence is called critical angle. Next point. Define total internal reflection. So you mark the answer from here. So that is the answer here. For angle of incidence larger than the critical angle means after this third case, the angle of refraction is larger than 90 degree. Where is the angle of refraction here? Check. This is the larger than 90 degree, this one. Such rays return to the denser medium as shown in the figure here towards the right. Thus, all the light get reflected back into the same medium, that is a denser medium, is called total internal reflections. You mark this third answer. So we can determine value of critical angle by using this formula. So refractive index of the first medium with respect to second. So sin I upon sin R. For a total internal reflection, I means critical angle. When we angle I is called as critical angle when angle of refraction is 90 degree. So refractive index of first medium with respect to second, so sin I upon sin R. So what is the value of R? That we substitute here, and we know that as per the trigonometry sin 90 degree is a 1, so that we substitute. So sin I upon 1, answer is only sin I. So in this way we find out the answer. Last point of this lesson is rainbow, formation of rainbow or rainbow production. Your question is asked, write a short note on, or in other way, in the form of give reason or in the form of answer in brief. So how rainbow formation takes place, now check that. Now rainbow is a beautiful natural phenomenon. It is the combined effect of number of natural processes such as dispersion, refraction and total internal reflection of light. It can be seen mainly after a rainfall. When we observe the rainbow? After a rainfall. Small droplets of water act as a small prism in air or atmosphere. When light rays from the sun, means sunlight, when sunlight enter these droplets, it gets refracted. See here, this is a sunlight. This is a one water droplet is shown. So what happened here at this place? Refraction takes place. What happened after refraction? That we observed in prism. So light get dispersed into component colors. So it get refracted and dispersed. So here 7 color observe. Inside the droplet, refraction and dispersion occur first. Then there is a internal reflection occur. This is the internal reflection from this point. Check here. This is the internal reflection of the first ray and this is the second ray. From this point, what happened? Internal reflection takes place. Then there is an internal reflection takes place, and after that once again the light get refracted. So at this place what happened? That sunlight is passing from this water droplet. Water droplet is a denser medium. From water droplet to air medium. So what happened at that point? At this boundary, refraction takes place and dispersion of light takes place, and we observe the 7-color rainbow coming out of the droplet. All these three processes together produces a rainbow. Formation of rainbow takes place. All are getting? So in this way, short note is asked on this point. This is the last point of this lesson. Now next, here two questions are solved, that is related to refractive index, and solve the remaining questions from the exercise. Some questions we explain, we revise in the form of question and answer in this explanation. So how to solve the numerical problem in last period, also in last lesson we revise how to solve the numerical problem. I will show again once. See here. First of all, you read the question carefully and then afterward write down given. What is the given in the question that you write? Light velocity of light in a vacuum means considered as an air medium. So indicated as a symbol. Instead of 1 or 2, we are use the symbol. Vacuum means air medium you consider. So VA. Second, absolute refractive index of water. So absolute refractive index only indicated by using this symbol. So here refractive index of water with respect to air medium or vacuum. So that we write as like this, that is 1.36. What we find out? Velocity of light in water. So VW, that is indicated as, so formula. Refractive index of water with respect to vacuum. So we are indicating like this only. So with respect to vacuum or air, so velocity of air medium, that is vacuum, or velocity upon velocity of water medium. Substitute the value and calculate the answer. You make the division here. 3 divided by 1.36. This 10 raised to 8 remains as it is, and we are getting the answer 2.21 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Up to 2 decimal places you find out the answer. Same way in second question. After reading the question, write down the given. Velocity of light in first medium indicated as a V1, because in question mentioning first medium and second, so you take V1 and V2. Velocity of light in second medium, so V2. What we find out? Refractive index of second medium with respect to first, so that is indicated like this. Now formula, so we know the formula, so that you write down the formula. Solution, substitute the value in the correct places and find out the answer. Here 10 raised to 8 cancel. 1.5 divided by 0.75, so we are getting the answer 2. So velocity of refractive index of second medium with respect to first, we are getting the answer 2. So in this way you try to solve the numerical problem that is given in exercise question also. So today we learn about the refraction of light in detail. You read, you see the video again, read the lesson carefully and write the all question and answers, internal questions of the textbook as well as some questions given in exercise that you write in our Science 1 notebook. Thank you.